What if everything we know about the pyramids is wrong? Forget what your textbooks say. We're diving into the wild theories about who really built these massive stone triangles. Aliens? Time travelers? Super advanced ancient civilizations? Get ready for a mind-bending journey that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about history. Imagine this. You're standing at the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's not just big, it's mega big. We're talking 450 feet of pure ancient awesomeness. That's like stacking 30 houses on top of each other or lining up 75 giraffes nose to tail. Now, here's where things get wild. These ancient builders were moving stones that weighed as much as 80 tons each. That's like trying to parallel park 12 elephants at once. And they did this 4,500 years ago, without so much as a forklift or a How to Build a Pyramid for Dummies guidebook. Some historians think they used wooden sleds and wet sand to move these colossal blocks. Picture your whole family trying to push your house across a sandy beach. That's the kind of DIY project we're dealing with here. But wait, it gets even crazier. These pyramids aren't just big piles of rocks. They're architectural marvels. They're aligned with the stars and cardinal directions with mind-boggling precision. It's like the ancient Egyptians had some sort of cosmic GPS system. Maybe they were the original stargazers, if you know what I mean. And don't even get me started on the hidden chambers and secret passageways. We're talking Indiana Jones levels of mystery here, folks. Some rooms are so secret that only tiny robot cameras can access them. It's like the world's deadliest game of the floor is lava. With all our fancy gadgets and gizmos today, we still haven't cracked all the pyramid secrets. There are chambers we haven't opened in thousands of years. What's in there? Ancient treasures? Forgotten rituals? A really, really old sandwich? The suspense is killing me. So, here's the million-dollar question. What if we don't have the full story? What if there's more to these ancient wonders than meets the eye? Could there be undiscovered chambers or even whole pyramids hiding under the sand, just waiting for their moment in the spotlight? Do we have the whole story? We're about to dive deeper into the pyramid puzzle that's been stumping smarty pants for centuries. Picture this. These colossal stone triangles have been chilling in the desert for over 4,500 years. They've seen more drama than a high school cafeteria, empires rising and falling, natural disasters throwing tantrums, and still, they're standing there like nothing happened. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Most of what we know about ancient Egypt comes from old papyrus scrolls, fancy wall carvings, and tomb graffiti, because apparently ancient Egyptians were into interior design. But here's the kicker. It's like trying to solve a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle with only 100 pieces. And your dog ate half of those. A lot of the original writings have gone AWOL. Some got too cozy with moisture and decided to disintegrate, while others thought playing hide-and-seek in the desert sand was a great idea. So, what we're left with might just be the appetizer of the full historical feast. What if the main course of knowledge is still out there, waiting to be discovered? Our fancy modern machines are scratching their metallic heads, wondering how the ancient Egyptians pulled off such an epic construction project. The mainstream theories sound like a wacky game of Tetris, ramps, sleds, and a whole lot of manpower. But these explanations often leave us with more questions than a curious toddler. How did they align these massive structures with the stars without a cosmic GPS? And those ginormous blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons, that's like 13 T-Rexes having a group hug. How did they move them across the desert? It's almost like the ancient Egyptians had some sort of cheat code for physics that we've yet to unlock. So, here's the million-dollar question. Are we missing some crucial pieces of the pyramid puzzle? Could there be some long-lost ancient wisdom that would make our modern engineers go, duh, why didn't we think of that? Maybe we're dealing with a civilization that was way smarter than we give them credit for. Or perhaps there's a whole chapter of human history that's playing hide and seek with us. And get this, scientists keep finding new stuff in and around the pyramids. Hidden chambers, secret passages. It's like the world's biggest game of hide and seek. What if we're just scratching the surface? What other mind-blowing secrets could be lurking beneath those sandy stones? Enter the aliens. Okay, space cadets and pyramid enthusiasts. It's time to strap on your tinfoil hats and blast off into the cosmos of crazy theories. What if I told you that the greatest architects of ancient Egypt might have come from, wait for it, outer space? Yep, we're talking aliens, folks. And not just any aliens, but the kind that apparently had a thing for really big, pointy buildings. Now, before you roll your eyes so hard they fall out of your head, hear me out. Some pretty brainy people have suggested that the tech behind the pyramids is way too advanced for a bunch of ancient humans with sticks and stones. I mean, have you ever tried to build a sandcastle that's perfectly aligned with the stars? It's not exactly a walk in the park. Enter the alien theory. Picture this. A bunch of super smart space travelers zoom down to Earth in their flying saucers, take one look at the desert and think, you know what this place needs? A massive stone triangle. Because clearly, that's what any sensible alien would do, right? People like Eric von Daniken and shows like Ancient Aliens have been pushing this idea harder than a used car salesman on commission day. They point to all sorts of evidence, the crazy precision of the pyramids, their alignment with the stars, and the fact that building them seems about as easy as teaching a cat to do your taxes. But here's where it gets really wild. What if these cosmic contractors didn't just help out? What if they handed over the whole blueprint? Imagine an alien foreman showing up with space-age tools and a PowerPoint presentation on Pyramid Building 101. Suddenly, those massive stones aren't so hard to move when you've got a tractor beam, right? Some folks even suggest that the pyramids weren't just fancy tombs, but something way cooler. Energy sources, intergalactic GPS, parking spots for UFOs. The possibilities are as endless as the cosmos itself. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds crazier than a squirrel on espresso. But think about it for a sec. Moving stones heavier than a herd of elephants, aligning everything perfectly with the stars, engineering something that's lasted longer than most countries. Doesn't it almost make more sense if some super advanced space buddies lent a hand? So, here's the million-light-year question. Were the pyramids a purely human achievement, or is there an extraterrestrial chapter in our history books that got erased? And if E.T. really did phone home from ancient Egypt, why? Was Earth just a cosmic pit stop? A giant art project? Or maybe a new home? Now, let's shift our gaze to the Sphinx, that colossal stony riddle lounging in the Egyptian sand. It's like the world's biggest game of Guess Who, but with way more mystery and a lot less hair. This massive statue, part lion, part human, has been giving the Giza Plateau some serious side-eye for centuries. And boy, does it have archaeologists and historians scratching their heads. It's as if this ancient guardian is playing the world's longest game of I know something you don't know. Here's where things get wilder than a camel on roller skates. The Sphinx might be way older than we thought. We're talking older than sliced bread old. If sliced bread was invented before Egypt turned into a giant sandbox. Some eagle-eyed researchers spotted water erosion on our stone friend, suggesting it got more showers than a rubber ducky. The catch? Egypt hasn't seen that kind of rainfall since long before the pharaohs were even a twinkle in the cosmic eye. So, what if the Sphinx is actually a hand-me-down from some long-lost civilization? It's like finding out your cool vintage jacket actually belonged to your great-great-great-grandpa's cooler best friend. But wait, there's more. This isn't just an oversized lawn ornament we're talking about. The Sphinx could have been the ancient world's version of a superhero, guarding secrets with its stony gaze. Or maybe it was the pharaoh's way of saying, "Check out how buff and wise I am," in stone form. Talk about an extreme makeover, Egyptian edition. And just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder, enter the hidden chamber theories. Yep, some folks think the Sphinx is sitting on top of secret rooms like a cat on a really big cardboard box. In the 90s, some science wizards used sound waves and found something down there. Empty spaces, tunnels, maybe even an ancient Egyptian man cave. What could be hiding in the Sphinx's basement? Ancient scrolls? Cool artifacts? The world's oldest and dustiest disco ball? Hey, even stone lions need to party sometimes. This whole mishmash of history, myth, and mystery makes the Sphinx more intriguing than a detective novel written in hieroglyphics. And let's not forget its pyramid pals nearby. Could there be a secret connection? Maybe they're all part of some giant cosmic jigsaw puzzle we haven't figured out yet. So, what other secrets could this stony kitty be keeping? Is it guarding some long-lost wisdom that could flip our understanding of history upside down? Maybe the Sphinx knows the secret to building IKEA furniture without losing your mind. All right, guys, that's all we have time for today on the Pyramid Mystery. But the rabbit hole goes deep. There are countless books, documentaries, and even some pretty wild internet theories out there. Maybe one day we'll uncover the real story, but for now, the pyramids stand as a testament to a civilization with secrets we can only dream of. If you have your own theories, leave a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going because the mysteries of the pyramids are far from over.